Hey folks, Mike Dawkins here from WorldCast Anglers with your Jackson Hole Weekend Fly Fishing forecast for the weekend of June 20th and 21st. After a rainy, cold week and past couple of days, it looks like summer's back. Our 10-day forecast looks like summer's back with lots of sunshine, partly cloudy, highs in the 70s and 80s. So we'll hope that summer here has its firm grasp for the next couple months on us with some great fishing opportunities, bug hatches, and everything alike of why we love fishing in the greater Jackson Hole and Teton Valley area. The big news on the street is we've got green drakes that are starting up on the Henry's Fork. We've been seeing them a lot on the lower river, a couple up on the upper river around the ranch. Doesn't really seem like the fish out there got the COVID-19 memo of what's going on out there, because the fishing has been great. The fish have not been social distancing. They've been eating, not wearing masks, everything along those lines. So if you're looking at it from that perspective, our fishing is normal. The rest of the world is probably just not normal. So with that being said, Saturday and Sunday looks like pretty normal early summer weather here in Teton Valley and Jackson Hole. 70 and for the high, 50 for the low on Saturday, partly cloudy. For Sunday, high of 72, low of 49 and partly cloudy. So it looks like that's going to stand here for the next 10, 14 days looking forward. Pretty normal early summer weather. Summer officially starts, here on Saturday with the summer solstice. The Fly Shop, we're open Monday through Sunday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Summer hours. We've got everything that you guys need if you're heading up to the ranch, if you're heading to the lower Henry's Fork, nymphing them up on the South Fork of the Snake, or any of our local area still waters, reservoirs, and lakes. Stop in, say hey. We'd love to see everybody. We've got everything that you need for a day on the water, so definitely feel free to stop in. Henry's Fork, 711 CFS being discharged from the box, 1,860 CFS there on the lower river. We saw some flow changes, last week up there. Things should be stable here, especially after the ranch opener for the next probably, 7 to 10 days. We're seeing a lot of changes in our weather. We're seeing some precipitation like the last couple days. So it wouldn't surprise me if we see some changes in flows on the Henry's Fork in the next, 7 to 10 days. But right now, enjoy it while you got it. We've got caddis, we've got PMDs, and some green drakes that sort of kicked off the ranch opener on June 15th. As we normally say with the ranch, align your expectations with possibly one of the greatest days of fishing you'll ever see in your life, or one of the most frustrating days of fishing you'll ever see in your life. But a day fishing is better than being at work, so enjoy it while you got it out there. Be ready, in your technical dry fly fishing setups, long leaders, light tippets, downstream presentations, sit, watch, wait, hunt, listen, get ready, find your target and fish appropriately to it. Up there in the box, nothing really new. Salmon flies are pretty much done. We're still seeing some golden stones, so I'd recommend some dry dropper fishing or the nymph rig that always sort of gets them in the box. Dry droppers with goldens, bullet quills, tactical, tungsten, pheasant tails, anything along those lines are going to be very productive up there. The lower river has just been awesome. We've seen some really good fish come out of it the past couple days, dries, nymphs, and streamers. So be ready for blue wings, PMDs, caddis, green drakes, flavs, gray drakes, goldens. I'd have it all. I'd be ready for everything. It's been a very popular place as well. So get there early, stay there late, zig when people are zagging, etc., as I've been preaching the past couple weeks. The South Fork of the Snake, we saw flows yesterday increase to around 13,000 CFS, 13,900 CFS there in the lower river, so that slug of water really hasn't caught up yet. And we're also seeing a lot of consumptive water users take water for irrigation purposes in the Great Feeder Canal, the dry beds, and things along those lines. The South Fork has been pretty awesome as well. The rubber leg bite is hot. Everybody coming back to the shop has been saying, man, they just want to eat it, which if you're looking at 5, 10, 12 days down the road, that means salmon flies. None of yet, but the fish are grubbing down on the nymphs like it's going out of style. So all sections are fishing really well from top to bottom. Section 1, 2, 3, and 4. Clarity is pretty darn good for this time of year. Flows are stable and at a very comfortable level around 13,000 CFS. So if it stays in that realm, just expect the South Fork to stay good and be good. The Snake in Jackson, we saw flows decrease out of Jackson Lake Dam. to 2,850 CFS, 10,100 CFS there before the salt and the grays going into Palisades Reservoir. The snake, while it's been dropping like a rock, it's clearing, but it's clearing pretty slowly. We're not that far out for some really good fishing there on the snake, but we're not there yet. Anglers that do want to fish the snake should look to that Jackson Lake Dam to Pacific Creek area where water is always clear. Throwing streamers on light sink tips, heavy poly leaders, clousers, crelexes, lead-eye buggers can be really good for those lake trout, cutthroats, and random brown trout that get stuck below Jackson Lake Dam. And then look for some dry fly fishing with betas, caddis, and some things along those lines if you're floating from Jackson Lake Dam to Pacific Creek. Be aware that there is some construction or getting ready to have some construction at all boat ramps in Grand Teton National Park. So check your put-ins and takeouts before you commit to a section there. The Teton here in the valley, 739 CFS, 1,770 CFS there on the lower river. The Teton is dropping, it's clearing up on Fred's Mountain. There's not that much snow left. We have some pretty good clarity, fishable clarity, I would say. We have had reports that it's pretty touch and go. Some guys get them, sometimes some don't. So it's a little bit of a mix everywhere around. In the next couple days, we'll probably see those flows decrease even more. We're going to see clarity come up even more. So I'd be ready with streamers like lead-eyed buggers, JJ specials, prelex, clousers, stuff like that can be really good on the Teton early in the season. Dry dropper fishing can be really good as well. If you're looking to fish with some worms, small rubber legs, dark profile patterns are going to show up best, in murky water. They provide the best contrast and things along those lines. Henry's Lake, it's been fishing well. Intermediate lines and type 3 lines with leeches, scuds, midges, things along those lines. Jenny Lake, we've heard some really good reports of some dry fly fishing, especially with some of the flying ants, terrestrial sort of termite things that you're seeing around, as well as working, creek mouths, tributary influence, ledges, drop-offs, and things like that have been really productive too. The Yellowstone National Park, Firehole and Madison have been fishing really well. Mostly still a nymphing game on the Madison, but we're seeing some good dry fly fishing with betas, caddis, and PMDs on the Firehole. So that should stay good here for the next probably 10 to 14 days. If you're looking to get out of the boat and fish Yellowstone National Park, look to the west side of the park. We're seeing the salt drop in clear. We're seeing the green drop in clear. We're seeing all of our local area freestones and tributaries drop in clear, which is a great indicator that things are dropping into shape. Runoff is progressing, if not coming to an end, where we should see some really good fishing in all areas around Jackson Hole in Teton Valley. So once again, thanks for tuning in. We hope you have a great weekend and a safe weekend out on the water with family, friends. We got Father's Day coming up, so to all those dads out there, thanks for letting us go fishing and hunting and teaching us to love the great outdoors. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you here next week.